Hello again, everybody. Dave Brown and Corey Macklin here at ringside, ready to go with another day of USWA Championship Wrestling. They're ready, and with good reason.
Oh, they are indeed, and we're ready today. We've got a new Southern Heavyweight Champion. He's here today, Jeff Jarrett. We'll see him in action. Jeff's going to be here today in the opening bout. PG-13, they're here today. Had our first look at him last week, and they're back today, PG-13. Doug Gilbert's going to be in the ring, and his opponent, Dirty Dutch Mantel, right here today. That's right. And Brian Christopher's here today, and he's got a surprise he'll be telling us all about. Full day, another one today, Dave.
It should be a good one. We'll be back with the new Southern Heavyweight Champion right after this. Days ago in Memphis, Tennessee, the new Southern Heavyweight Champion claimed his title. Take a look right here at just some of the highlights of the match. Brian Christopher defending against Jeff Jarrett.
On his feet, though. Pass behind him as Christopher whips him in hard. Jeff comes out with a right hand. And again. Look at Jeff Jarrett go. Nails away on Christopher. Whips him in. Big drop kick sends him down. Jeff Jarrett, boy, going to work. Oh, look at Christopher. Jarrett went for the drop kick, and he pulled referee Frank Morrell into it. Jeff caught Frank with a drop kick in there. Prentice has got Jarrett. Christopher's got a chain over here. Oh, and he nails Jeff Jarrett with it, too. Sends Jeff down. Covers Jeff. Jarrett's up. Hands behind Jeff Jarrett. He's on his feet. Look at Christopher, would you? Just kicks referee Frank Morrell back down in there. Look at Jeff. Flips him over. Sets Christopher up. Oh! He calls off Brian Christopher. 1, 2. He got it. Yes, sorry. 10 minutes, 51 seconds. We've got a new Southern Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Jarrett.
Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the new Southern Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Jarrett. I think you can tell the crowd is thrilled to have a new Southern champion after Brian Christopher and his antics. Jeff, of course, has held the belt before. It's a belt that's very important to him. And now he holds the Southern Heavyweight title. He's got it around his waist right here in a non-title match against Reggie B. Fine as we get things underway with USWA Championship Wrestling action here today.
Ready for Jeff Jarrett, boy. Good to see Jeff with that Southern Heavyweight title. Hands it out to the security guard, and we're underway. Jarrett and Fine. Reggie B. Fine. Reggie B. getting ready. Stretch around the ring, and Jeff Jarrett awaits him. Tangles off with Reggie B. Fine. Fine backs him up against the ropes, whips Jeff in. Big shoulder from Jeff Jarrett. Oh,
here he goes again. Has Reggie B. Fine ever been in a wrestling match he didn't claim he had his hair pulled?
Boy, you talk about miracles. That's a miracle. Jeff Jarrett pulled Reggie B. Fine's hair, yeah.
Oh, man.
Gee. Jeff grabs Reggie B. Goes behind him. Good arm lock on Fine. Whoa, good reversal from Reggie B. Fine. Good move there. Reverses the hole on Jarrett, and Jeff goes back around him again behind him. Reggie B. Fine backs him up and whips him in. Shoulder from Jarrett and sends him down hard. Oh. As you look at Reggie B. Fine, he said he pulled his tights there that time.
Well, Reggie B's credibility has suffered. I mean, when a man with no hair comes out and immediately claims his opponent pulled his hair, your credibility just kind of, you know.
Oh, yeah. It goes down to about 0.
Reggie B. Fine. I tell you, the crowd getting on him now. He said, oh, no, hold it down, hold it down. You're hurting my ears. Please be quiet. Jeff just waiting for it.
That's behind the Southern Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Jarrett. Good to see Jeff with that belt. And he got a good-looking win here. What does Reggie B? Oh, boy. Missed him that time after whooping Fine into the turnbuckles. And Reggie Fine goes after Jeff Jarrett now. Whoops Jeff hard into the turnbuckles. Kind of struts around and grabs a hold of Jeff and whoops him into the other side. Goes in and catches a boot from Jeff Jarrett. Fine turns around. Jeff's on the top rope. One press on him. He got him. 1, 2, 3. The USWA Southern Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Jarrett, gets the win.
Jeff Jarrett, the Southern champion, is right here with us. Congratulations on the belt, on the win here today. But with that open door policy, you don't get to rest on your laurels from the WCW Scotty Flamingo.
That's exactly right. Just like you said, you don't get to rest around, you're still out of breath, Dave. Right. You don't get to rest very much because, you know, it was a great win. But this isn't the first time I was a Southern Heavyweight title holder. And I know that the challenges keep coming in. From the WWF, there's a list of guys that want to come in and challenge for this belt. There's a list, a bunch of guys from the USWA, names in the hat. And Scotty Flamingo from the WCW is in the hat.
That's right.
Well, I've just got a little message for him. Scotty, I don't know if you've been around for the last year, but I've faced the toughest competition in the world. I've had boards and chairs and cans, and the list goes, and the whole kitchen sink even one night faced me. And we beat each other up week after week. So if you want to wrestle, that's fine, but if you want to fight, that's fine, because I intend to hold on to this belt for a long time, because that's exactly right. I intend to be the champion for quite a little while, because I know this just like every other wrestler does. This is a stepping stone to the unified world heavyweight title, and right now, in my opinion, that's the most important wrestling belt there is today. because it is unified, and it takes all challengers. The guys in the WWF, they come down here to challenge Jerry Lawler for the World Heavyweight title. The guys from the WCW come in and challenge. And the Southern Heavyweight belt is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title belt. So, Scotty Flamingo, bring it on, big boy. You're going to be in Memphis, Tennessee. No, I'm not going to be down at the Omni, and I'm not going to be up in Madison Square Garden. It's going to be Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum. So, Scotty Flamingo, oh, I can't wait till you show up. You think you're so big and bad, and
yeah, I was just going to mention, Jeff, I don't know if you've heard about it or not, but the word is that Brian Christopher may have put a bounty out on this match. Have you heard anything about that?
Well, I've heard some rumor talk about that, but I really didn't want to come out here and mention that because I don't really take much of what Brian Christopher says serious. But if he's got something to do with Scotty Flamingo, that's fine. Bring the bounty. Yeah, okay.
All right, now, wait a minute. He's here today, it looks like. Scott.
Say something, Jeff Jarrett. I hear you out here talking. You're talking about boards. You're talking about chairs. You're talking about stuff like that. The kitchen sink. Well, Scotty Flamingo, hey, shut your mouth. Scotty Flamingo does not need the kitchen sink or any of these other objects to beat you up with, because hold for hold, move for move, and counter for counter, Scotty Flamingo is the greatest wrestler in the sport today. I'm the former world light heavyweight champion from World Championship Wrestling. I'm the greatest athlete in the sport. Jeff Jarrett, you come out here, you got all your little fans.
Thank your interview times in just a few minutes, so you can just march on out of here.
March out of here. Let me tell you something, pal. I'm going to take your Southern belt. I'm going to take it Monday night in Memphis. I'm going to take the belt. I'm going to put it around my waist. And you know what else is even better? Brian Christopher has come out, and he has put, well, hasn't come out, but apparently there is a bounty. There's a bounty put out on you. So if I happen to injure you...
So Brian Christopher's got a bounty out on me.
I'm talking, Jared. You listen to me when I'm talking. I'm from World Championship Wrestling. You're just a little local star here. You're a local hero. I'm a national star. I'm a main event on national television. You're a local star. You're nothing. So you listen when I'm talking. There's a bounty, and it sweetens the pot. So after I beat you and take the belt, if I decide to hurt you too, that's just a little extra money for Scotty Flamingo. Because let me tell you, I'm Scotty Flamingo, the fresh thing in town. Listen to these rhymes, because I'm going to throw down. If you don't like me and you feel kind of froggy, well, jump in my face, and I'll leave you groggy. I'm the king in the ring with a belt, not a crown. And when I'm in the spotlight, I'm the toughest thing around. You ever had to face me, you'll soon be leaving town, because weevils wobble, but I don't fall down.
Well, I guess that's supposed to impress me, big boy. But here in the USWA, like I said, we're not in Atlanta, and we're not in New York City. We're in Memphis, Tennessee. So we don't talk around here. We do our talking in the ring. So come on, we ain't got to wait for Monday night.
All right, there's the challenge. It's open right here. The ring awaits. There's a referee.
Apparently, I'm going to have to humiliate him right here in Memphis in front of his local fans on his local television set. A big national star is going to have to embarrass them right now.
Well, let's see what happens right here. Jeff waits in the ring. Scotty Flamingo is there.
Yeah, there goes Flamingo, jumps in there, and boy, is he going to work on Jeff Jarrett, son. Stomping away on Jeff. Scotty Flamingo from the WCW, and he is some type of wrestler, too. Heard a lot about him, but he's got Jeff Jarrett in there today. Jarrett goes to work on Flamingo now.
Oh, look out, Brian Christopher has just hit the ring. Hey, Jeff knocked him down.
Yeah. So Christopher and Flamingo jump on Jeff. Scotty Flamingo down and away on Jeff Jarrett while Brian Christopher holds on. And it's some type of bounty that Flamingo said Christopher's got on Jeff in there.
Here comes Eddie Gilbert to help out, and there goes Scotty Flamingo. And there goes Brian Christopher out of the ring.
Yeah. Hot stuff. Eddie Gilbert comes in and evens things up, and Flamingo and Christopher decide to hightail it out of here.
But they're out here celebrating as though that they have just won a main event. They have not. They've been run out of the ring. But, tell you what, this Flamingo's trouble. Corey, you mentioned that I think most wrestling fans probably aren't familiar with him. He's tough, there's no doubt about it. Jeff's got his work cut out. But Jeff Jarrett, yeah, sure, Jeff.
Scotty Flamingo, for years, guys used to come into this area and try to make a name off Jerry Lawler. Well, now I guess the time has come. The guys come try to make a name off of Jeff Jarrett. Well, Monday night, pal, this ain't the place and this ain't the time to make a name off me. So you just show up, big boy. That's exactly right. You show up and you try to collect that bounty and you try to get this belt. But one thing is for sure, you're going to find out what Jeff Jarrett and the USWA fans are all about.
And that's just part of the action coming up at the Coliseum Monday night. Corey, while we have the opportunity right here, let's hold it right here and take a look at the entire card.
Yeah.
As Jeff heads back for the dressing area there. Opening match of the night, you got PG-13 coming. Okay, I beg your pardon. You got no. Yeah, this one is incorrect. We'll just run down the card and then we'll catch up here as we can. Opening match is a tag team match. PG-13 will be going against Hurricane Hatchet and Miss Texas.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind that in the middleweight division there, this is a new rule announced by Eddie Marlin just days ago, that the women would be able to compete in that. It's the 90s after all. And so it's going to be Hurricane Hatchet with his partner, Miss Texas, going against PG-13, Wolfie D, and Jamie Dundee. Then, middleweight title match is going to be coming up after that. The title, and I have to say, a little surprisingly to me, won by Jamie Dundee.
Yeah.
I think I was not prepared to see what happened, and Jamie Dundee ends up being the USWA middleweight champion. How long can he remain the middleweight champion? Well, we'll find out, because he's going to be going against Tourney Tough Danny Davis. Danny, of course, is a former champion himself. He has held titles in this weight class, although this is a new division in the USWA, and he was very close to winning it last time around. So the first challenge for Jamie Dundee's championship is Danny Davis. Then, in a loser leave town match. Yeah. Eddie Gilbert, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert, against his brother, Dirty Doug Gilbert. Doug calling himself king of rock and roll and all of that. Loser leave town in brother against brother. The grudge match, the Moondogs with Richard Lee will be going against Brian Christopher and
Big Black Dog.
The former member of the Moondogs, who got treated rather shabbily, as I remember.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that might come back to haunt Richard Lee and the Moondogs, but Richard Lee and the Moondogs are a different team now than they were at that particular time. Yeah. So let's see what happens as the grudge match takes an interesting situation with Brian Christopher having Big Black Dog as his partner.
Great match.
Southern title will be on the line then. Scotty Flamingo, you just saw him right here. He's in with the open door policy of the USWA. Anybody can come in. The folks from the WWF, as Jeff mentioned, USWA, of course, Jeff is familiar with the USWA competition, but every now and then somebody will come in that maybe you're not quite as familiar with, even though certainly you know who they are, and that, of course, I'm sure is the case with Scotty Flamingo. He has a reputation coming in here. He is looking for Jeff's Southern title, and the reason, I'm sure, is to put himself in line for the Unified title as one of the top contenders. Speaking of the Unified title, it is going to be on the line. Are you ready for this?
Ooh, boy.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage, comes to town to go against the King, Jerry Lawler.
What about?
In the main event Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. It all begins at 7:30. The Macho Man will be there. Jeff's title against Scotty Flamingo, and much, much more. Make your plans to be at the Coliseum on Monday night. We'll be back here in just a moment. The Macho Man himself, Randy Savage, right here today. Oh, yeah, he says.
I don't know you, but I know you, and I know myself. I'm the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Tower of power, too sweet to be sour. Funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit, space is the place. And Black Monday. Black Monday is at the Mid-South Coliseum. When I come back to do the thing, I'm the king in the ring in the Mid-South Coliseum. Oh, yeah! Dave Brown, you don't even understand what what's happening right now, do ya? What's happening is we're unifying the whole thing because of the fact that I am a two-time World Wrestling Federation champion, and I've beaten them all. Oh, yeah. In fact, Black Monday at the Mid-South Coliseum, there's something that I want to say to the king, because we got history, yeah. We've got history. You don't know that we got history. You know that we got history. But I want to tell him face to face. I'm not the type of individual like he is where he talks behind people's back. I like to look at a guy in his eyes, yeah, because then I can see the fear in his eyes. Jerry the King Lawler, the living legend, comes to an end on Black Monday. Yeah. Bring him out here right now, because there's something that I want to tell him. Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to come out here right now. The king, though, he can pretty well back up everything he says, no matter where he says it. But then again, oh, here he comes. Here comes the king. It's the Macho Man right there. Randy Savage on one side of the ring, and across the studio, there is the king. Black Monday, says Macho Man Randy Savage at the Mid-South Coliseum. Here they come, back this way. The Macho Man.
You know what? You can't stand it because it's already signed. No problem at all. He's carrying the crown way down low. You're walking kind of slow, but that doesn't surprise me, Jerry the King Lawler. Do you remember who I am and what I look like? Yeah, I'm a shining star. Looking down on you, big guy. Yeah. Black Monday, Mid-South Coliseum. It's going to be the Macho Man walking all over you. People all over the world, zillions of people all over the world, they're waiting to find out what's going to happen after the smoke clears. But I already know. Jerry Lawler, I already know. And you know something right now? You know too, don't you? You know, don't you? You know in the match of the century at the Mid-South Coliseum this Black Monday night, the Macho Man Randy Savage is gonna bring you all the way down. No more, I just turned my back to you, but that's okay, it's cool. It's cool, because I'm gonna wait for that big evening, yeah, because there's gonna be press from around the world, yeah, and I like it. Guess what? I've beaten them all, brother. I've beaten them all. And I'm coming after you, big guy. Black Monday. Don't be late. We got a date. Speechless, aren't you? Speechless, aren't you?
No, I'm not speechless.
You're speechless.
No, I think it's just that Slim Jim breath that's starting to get you.
Brother, did you laugh at that? Did you laugh at that? Put your name down on a piece of paper and get everybody else's name on that piece of paper one by one, yeah. Anybody that doubts the Macho Man, anybody who bets against me is gonna wake up broke.
Well, let me just say this, Randy, Macho Man Savage. I watched your video, and it was very impressive. And without a doubt, you have done it all, and you have beaten them all, Randy Savage.
You're right.
That's right, you have. You wrestled in Pontiac,
Say it
Michigan.
again, wrestle.
You wrestled in Pontiac, Michigan in front of 93,000 people. The largest indoor crowd to ever witness any kind of sporting event, including Super Bowls or anything. Yeah, you've done it all. You've beaten Hulk Hogan.
Yes,
You've
I have.
beaten every superstar in the World Wrestling Federation, and you've held their World Heavyweight Championship belt twice, right?
Exactly. I just told you that bottom line, yeah.
You
Scared, aren't you?
No, I'm
Yes,
not
you are.
scared, Randy Macho Man Savage. I'm excited. I'm excited that a wrestler of your caliber
You're right.
has seen fit to come to my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee is my hometown, Randy Savage. And sure, you've conquered the World Wrestling Federation. You've done it all, and you've beaten them all. But right here in Memphis, Tennessee, no, I don't carry the crown low. I wear the crown proudly, brother, because I am the king of wrestling here. I have always been the king of wrestling, and I will always be the king of wrestling.
Let me just say one thing. I've got chills up and down my spine right now. I feel the electricity in the air because I am in your backyard. And the victory wouldn't be as sweet if it was anywhere else in the world. But Memphis, Tennessee, Mid-South Coliseum on Black Monday, yeah. You will understand right here in front of your own backyard, in front of your own kind, that I am the king of the world. Yeah.
Let me just finally say one thing. With all your list of accomplishments, with all of the names of the superstars that you've left laying flat on their back, with all of your merits and all of the accomplishments in the World Wrestling Federation, let me say this. Your name ranks right alongside of a long list of names
on
the top of a list of names of big superstars who have come to my hometown and tried to take this unified World Heavyweight Championship from me. A long list of names, brother.
One thing, just one thing, brother. Black Monday just doesn't mean this. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get the belt and all that it is, yeah. But I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to put a niche in this belt, and that means I took out the king, Jerry Lawler, and there was nothing he could do about it.
Well, let me just say to you one thing. There's been a long list of names. A lot of superstars that have said the same words that just came out of your mouth. They were going to take the king down. They were going to take the king's belt, and they were going to do it in the king's backyard of Memphis, Tennessee. But let me tell you this, Macho Man. So far, nobody has been able to do it, and you won't either. Do you understand that?
I'm different.
As we talked earlier, and of course you were there to witness at the middleweight tournament, the first ever, and to recap the situation, a couple of weeks ago, the USWA board decided to create the middleweight division because it wasn't fair to have wrestlers that weighed 185 pounds wrestling people that weighed 350 pounds.
Yeah.
So 200 pounds and up, you're in the heavyweight class, 199 pounds or less, and you are in the middleweight class. The way that they determined the champion was to hold a tournament. Sounds like a good way to me. 8 people involved in the tournament. And take a look at this recap, just short recap of what went on.
Final match number 1, Miss Texas and Jamie Dundee. Dundee whoops Miss Texas into a roll. Big elbow takes Miss Texas down. Texas, and a forward, but look at Whoopie D over there. Grabs Miss Texas by a leg and shoves her down. Oh, Jamie Dundee's got it covered. He got a 1, 2, 3. Referee Paul Neighbors, goes to stop him, and the Master Terror just shoves Danny Davis down. Davis still going for the mask, though. Bert Prentice gets up on the apron, and he does again. Distracted referee Paul Neighbors in there. Throws the chain in the ring. Davis grabbed the chain and lost it. Hey, but the Master Terror picks it up. He got it. Hey, Danny Davis gets the 1, 2, 3. Chop in the chest from Davis. Sends Jamie Dundee down. Davis melted away on Dundee. Oh, boy. Just caught referee Frank Morelli in the eye. Here comes, Whoopie D with that big hubcap. Nails Danny Davis right in the back of the head. And Dundee falls out. Rolls Davis over. He's got him covered. 2, 3, he got it. Oh, boy. 1, 2, 3. 4 minutes and 46 seconds. Jamie Dundee makes history and is the USWA middleweight heavyweight champion in 4 minutes and 46 seconds.
I hear the music, and PG-13 headed this way right here. Jamie Dundee of PG-13 wearing the USWA middleweight championship belt. Yeah, well...
Hey, what's up? Look, everybody in the whole world happy for PG-13. Look at this, Dave Brown, right here. If they can see this right here. Zoom in. It says, Chelsea Clinton, birthday girl, asked to see PG-13, brother. Right there, look at it.
I don't think that's all it says.
Let me read some of this for you. It says, Chelsea Clinton said, PG-13 is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Sir,
Come on. Let's talk about wrestling. Let's talk about the wrestling matches. You've got a match coming up, as a matter of fact, with Ms. Texas. What do you think about Matter of fact, I noticed that without your timely interference, she might have even beaten your partner over here.
I didn't interfere, man. She hit the ropes, and she was looking at me because I'm so fly. She was looking at me, man. And she hit the ropes, she tripped because she, Wolfie, he's bad. Boom, fell out, and he just jumped on top of me, man.
Well, let's talk about, what did we tell you, Dave Brown? Take a look at it. USWA middleweight champion, PG-13, baby. We are the middleweight champion of the USWA.
Well, I think "we" is a good description after seeing how you won.
I'll say we because, you know, I'm wonderful, Wolfie's wonderful, so together we're just great. So what we say, but I beat everybody with an open hand slap and covered them all and made me the official middleweight champion of the world. Hey, Corey. How you doing, my Oreo brother?
You got a match coming up. Why don't we just head to the ring?
We're going to slap these boys around like we're going to slap around who's ever next on line, man. We don't mind. Make sure we got it.
Yeah, well, we're going to examine that very carefully is what we're going to do. PG-13 heads to the ring right now to go against the White Tiger and Ricky Hutching. And this match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. We understand. Well, I tell you what, they keep the mouth running all the time, PG-13, don't they, Corey?
Indeed.
Oh,
and I'm glad Jamie Dundee said, read this article because it says birthday girl asked to see PG-13 film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Wolfie D in there right now to start for PG-13 against Ricky Hutching.
Ricky Hutching and the White Tiger teaming up against PG-13 here today on USWA Championship Wrestling. Another full day. What a great day of wrestling in store. Boy, big suplex from this Wolfie D. Covers Ricky. Look at this. Doesn't even get a 1 count out of the thing. Gets up.
Over to the tag. Now, wait a minute. What's this? He tagged Jamie Dundee, but then he goes back, body slams. Now Jamie's going to come in. All right.
Yeah, the
delayed tag, huh?
USWA middleweight champion, Jamie Dundee, one half of PG-13. Oh, boy, let's tell you, these guys, if they would wrestle, they could get something done in there, but, oh, they got to hop around and all of that. PG-13, tag on Wolfie D. After a big body slam from Jamie Dundee. Wolfie D over on the top rope. Drop kick on Ricky Hutching. Oh, boy. He went flying from the top rope over there, Dave, and just nailed Ricky Hutching.
Hutching had just gotten back on his feet, and all of a sudden he looks up, and flying through the air comes PG-13.
The White Tiger gets in, and he nails the White Tiger. Ooh, slams down on him. Sets the White Tiger up, picks him up, and slams him hard. And PG-13 with a little tag team action here. Wolfie D shoves Jamie Dundee off the top rope. Had him covered. Gets him covered again, gets a 2, and gets up.
Arrogance is what that is,
Yeah.
PG-13.
Pure arrogance.
Should have taken the 3 count twice, but didn't do it. Jamie Dundee picks up the White Tiger, continues to work on him here.
Whips White Tiger in. Oh, Tiger leaps over, turns around, though. Catches a big forearm in there from Jamie Dundee. The hip-hop tag team, they're called, PG-13. In the USWA, double teaming on the White Tiger there. Double elbow on him and sends him down. And Wolfie D drops the leg down on the White Tiger.
Jamie Dundee yelling over here. Wolfie D continues to work on the White Tiger.
Wolfie D picks up the White Tiger, slams him down and drops down with an elbow, covers him, and breaks the cover in there.
Yeah, even before the referee started to count, he pulled back. You know, that, we don't like to see that. Not very sportsmanlike, to say the least.
Not at all. Look at that move. Jamie Dundee come over the ropes there after. Wolfie D whipped the White Tiger into the ropes, and Dundee catches him with the tennis shoe, you may want to call it. This wrestling attire, this PG-13 comes in here with. Very unusual, but you got to give it to him. These guys can wrestle, though. Wolfie D sets up the White Tiger, brings him off, boy. He nails him with that hubcap. White Tiger's out, too, boy, after Jamie Dundee nailed him with that hubcap. Wolfie D's got him covered. 1, 2, 3, and PG-13 gets the win, and that's going to do it over the White Tiger and Ricky Hutchins.
And they brought the hubcap into it. They didn't need to. They could have pinned him earlier, but they refused to do it. We'll be back with more from the USWA right after this. Well, the man who was almost middleweight champion, we're talking about Danny Davis. He came ever so close and maybe would have been except for some outside interference. Had a few comments. Here's Danny.
JC Ice, Jamie Dundee. I guess you're feeling like you're on top of the world right now. Probably bragging about how you whipped me all over that arena. Well, let me tell you something, Jamie. If it takes blacking your eye, if it takes knocking some of your teeth out, or if it takes breaking your nose, Jamie Dundee, I promise you one thing. That's something that I'm going to do, because I'm not going to let you or Wolfie D stop me from being the new USWA middleweight champion.
All right, here the man who claims to be the king of rock and roll, Dirty Doug Gilbert, has arrived.
Dave, you said claims. How many people do you know that can dance like that? I am the king of rock and roll. Hey, Dave, I got a beautiful audience today. Don't look at them. They're not that beautiful. They all come to see me. They love me, Dave. They love me.
We've got some great fans here today. I'm not sure they're all here to see you.
Dave. Okay, when I come out here, look at that bunch. Look at that big guy there, Dave. Oh, what a clown he is. Okay, I sit out here all morning long, and I've listened to people say they want to be kings, this and that, but look at me, Dave. I am the king of rock and roll. I dance, I sing. I'm beautiful, ain't I, Dave? But what I'm out here to talk about, Dave, and I'm real fed up with it, I don't guess Eddie Gilbert knows who he's dealing with, does he, Dave? The U.S. Hold on just a second. The USWA, yeah, it's real big. There's a whole lot of stars. Look, show their shoes.
Hear what they're saying? Eddie.
What they're saying, Dave. Just hold on. The USWA, yeah, it's real big. But it's not quite big enough for Eddie Gilbert and the king of rock and roll, Daddy. So what I'm saying, yeah, he must have had the guts to get that pen in his hand and scribble that name on there, Dave. But see, he probably wasn't reading because what it said was the loser must leave town. Amen.
That's right.
Dave, so what I'm telling you is we'll no longer hear anybody saying, Eddie, Eddie, Eddie. What they better get in their mind is king of rock and roll. And also, Eddie Marlin went to the old folks' home and he found Dutch Mantell somewhere. Come on, and he brought him. I'm just going to warm up on him a little bit right now, Dave. And when
You going to warm up on Dutch Mantell?
Yeah, I'm going to warm up. I'm going to warm up.
There he is. There's Dutch.
Now, hold it. Dutch Mantell is just like Eddie Gilbert. These people have poisoned him. He used to be dirty Dutch Mantell. Now he's just a dirty dog, is all he is. And I'm fixing to beat his brains out, and I'm going to dance a little bit, and I might sing when I get through, Dave.
Well, I hope not. But Doug Gilbert is headed for the ring right now, claiming to be the king of rock and roll. And he was talking about loser leave town match. I don't know if he could see what the fans were doing over there when he said that. They were waving goodbye to Doug.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. But today, he's going against the Dutchman, and he jumped him while Dutchman still has that, serape on over there, the blanket, whatever you call it. But now he throws Doug out of the ring, and he is ready to go. And here comes Doug. How about it, Doug?
Hey, Dave, you know he didn't give me a chance to get my
Oh, yeah.
You didn't give him a chance.
Who
How about
jumped
that?
whom is what I would like to know. We were watching right here. Gee whiz. Now Doug Gilbert climbs back in the ring. Going against the Dirty Dutchman out of Oil Trough, Texas. This one should be a good one, and look out, Doug.
Indeed. Dirty Dutch Mantell flips Doug Gilbert into the rope. Big backflip on him. Takes Doug down.
What is this? Now Doug has another timeout, huh?
Okay, Dave, I'm just about warm now. I'm fixing to beat his brains out.
All right, go get him, Doug. Let's see. Just about warmed up now, he says. So far, it's been all Dutch Mantell.
Dirty Dutchman from Old Trough, Texas. Stands in, tangles up with Doug Gilbert. And twisting the left arm of Gilbert. Steps over and still hangs on to that left arm of Dirty Doug Gilbert. Calls himself the king of rock and roll now, he wants to be. Dutchman backs him up into the ropes. Oh, that short clothesline on him.
Yeah, man, when he does that little short one there, it's a big snap of the neck for his opponent.
Does it better than anybody, Dutch Mantell, with that short clothesline move. Doug Gilbert nailing away on Dutch. Whips him into the turnbuckles over there. Goes in after Dutch. Oh, Mantell gets out of the way. Slams away on Doug. Got him on the ropes over in the turnbuckles, the Dutchman. Slamming down on Doug Gilbert. And, ooh, Doug jabs him right in the jaw with a big right hand that time. Gonna have to break that hold, choking Dutch over on the top rope over there.
Doug's not an easy man to get counted out himself. Look at that. He grabs Dutch right around the throat.
Seen him choking him in there.
Yeah, a little dancing from the king of rock and roll. Oh, boy. Where does he get that anyway?
Boy, what kind of dance is that? New style from Doug Gilbert.
Gonna dance, says Doug. Yeah, he's got Dutch Mantell lying in the ring. There's no doubt about that.
You better pay attention to the Dirty Dutchman. Dutch is out on the mat, though. Doug's on the top rope. Whoa!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, gee. Catches a boot from Dutch Mantell. Couple of clotheslines from Dutch, and he nails away on Doug Gilbert in there. Dutchman going after Doug. Up against the turnbuckles, and the hold is broken. Dutch sets Doug Gilbert out, the king of rock and roll, and a mini suplex flips Doug over. Got to cover. 1, 2. Doug kicks up at 2. Only 2 for Dutch. A right hand from Dirty Dutch Mantell. And
not a lot of dancing for Mr. Rock and Roll here. Wait. Oh, look out.
Dutch goes out and gets him, yeah.
Doug was coming over here to plead his case again or come up with some sort of excuse, and Dutch Mantell just spun him around, took him right back to the ring. Oh, look at that suplex.
Yeah, good suplex from Dirty Dutch. Mantell sets and grabs Doug Gilbert again right in the turnbuckles. And Doug gets a break out of it, though. Dirty Dutchman drops down a big forearm on him. Oh, Doug Gilbert coming back, though. Reeks eyes of Dutch Mantell. Forearm takes the Dutchman down. King of rock and roll he wants to be. Covers Dutch, 2. Mantell up at 2. Close count for Dirty Dutch in there. Doug Gilbert hanging on to Dutch Mantell. Pulls him by his hair there and takes him down to the mat, and takes Dutch down to the mat and holds on to him. Mantell trying to get up and get set there, but Doug Gilbert holds on to that hold he's got him in. Dirty Dutchman from Old Trough, Texas, in the USWA against Doug Gilbert. Good bout today. Still more to come on USWA Championship Wrestling. Full day of action today. Referee Kevin Christian is checking Dutch to see if he wants to give it up in there, and Doug Gilbert continues to hold on him, picks him up and slams down on the Dutchman. Another right hand, yeah.
Doubled up fist. That could be a mistake. Look at Dutch.
Couple of left jabs from Doug Gilbert. Whoa! Mantell blocks a right from Doug. Going after, oh boy, here comes PG-13 in it. Jumping on Dutch Mantell. PG-13 and Doug Gilbert all on Mantell. Here comes help for Dutch. Hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert. Grabs Doug, and oh, Doug gets out of there, though.
And who's leaving the area right now? It is Dirty Doug Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert has just sent his brother out of here. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
USWA Championship Wrestling on tour tomorrow night, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 8 o'clock. Big card in Jonesboro, 7 big matches assigned. You'll see the King, Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, Moondolls, Miss Texas, Big Super Spectacular in Jonesboro, Arkansas tomorrow night, 8 o'clock at the Earl Bell Community Center there on Church Street. And here's promoter Eddie Marlin. And Eddie, oh boy, got some couple of guys here with him, Eddie. Yeah.
You know, Curry, we got a super card in Jonesboro tomorrow night. Got 7 big matches already lined up. And I just want to bring these guys out and let the people see them. The Harlem Knights, they came into the USWA a day early, so I said, instead of laying dead here for a day, we'll book you right in Jonesboro tomorrow night. So, fellas, Jonesboro, Arkansas tomorrow night, the big super card with the USWA.
Harlem Knights.
All you people, shut up. The first thing I want to say, shut up and listen while we're talking in here. The first thing I want to say is I'm tired of seeing head-butting, booty-shaking, black wrestlers coming out here disgracing our race. It's time for 2 hard-nosed grapplers to come and prove to the USWA and to the world that we're the best tag team in this business. There's only one person in this business that I care about, and that's my brother Bobby Knight. So Moondogs and USWA, look out! Jonestown, here comes the Harlem Knights!
Well, that's the Harlem Knights, and
This proves it's going to be a big night over there Sunday night. Jerry the King Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, Eddie Gilbert, all the big stars be right there, including the Harlem Knights.
including the Harlem Knights in Jonesboro, Arkansas, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Big super spectacular, and those big guys, the Harlem Knights, they're signed and on the card tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. In Jonesboro at the Old Bell Community Center, big night tomorrow night. Thursday, March 11th, Walnut, Mississippi, 7:30 there at the Walnut High School. You'll see Lawler, Jarrett, Miss Texas, Dutch Mantell on the card. Brian Christopher and the Rock and Roll Phantom. It's a big night in Walnut, Mississippi. Thursday night, March 11th, 7:30 there at the high school. Friday, March 12th, Ripley, Tennessee, 7:30 there at the Ripley High School there as well. Football gym, at the football field rather. If the weather permits, it'll be at the football field outside. If the weather is bad, we'll be inside in the gymnasium in Ripley, Tennessee, Friday, March 12th. The King, Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, big lineup in Ripley, Tennessee. Ripley, Mississippi, Friday, March 19th there at the high school, 7:30 p.m. In Ripley, Mississippi, Moondogs, Brian Christopher, Big Black Dog, Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, Dirty White Boy, Miss Texas, all lined up for Ripley, Mississippi. Thursday, March 25th, Henderson, Tennessee, Championship Wrestling in Henderson. Thursday, March 25th as well in Brinkley, Arkansas. Friday, March 26th in Brighton, Tennessee. And Friday, March 26th in Elk Grove, Mississippi. And Oxford, Mississippi will be Thursday, April 15th at Ole Miss. A big card, I understand, in Oxford, Mississippi, there at Ole Miss. That's USWA Championship Wrestling on tour. We're back here with more. Stay with us.
Eddie Gilbert's joined us right here. I'm sure you heard all the things that Doug had to say earlier.
Yeah, David, I'm just scared to death. I've got a special song here I requested from the fans here a little bit earlier, and I'd like for them to break down and start up to it right now. Go ahead. That's the official Doug Gilbert song today. I want to let a little message out to my brother today. Last week, he kind of slipped up and he got one over on me, Dave. Because of, I think between the two of us as brothers, I think the only reason why he got the match and got the victory was because I have a little bit bigger heart than he does. Because Doug knows it just like I do. If I wanted to, Doug, if I'd have kept the figure 4 on you, I would have broke your leg in half. But you told me I quit. I quit. I'm sorry. Well, that doesn't mean anything to me anymore. But I'll tell you what does mean something to me, and that's this profession, and that's wrestling here in the USWA. Now, I can say that I have been to the WWF, and I can say that I have been to WCW, but you know what? I like it right here at home. And, Doug, I'm the one that trained you. I'm the one that brought you into the USWA, so you better get on the phone, brother. And you better call Vince McMahon up there in the WWF, and you better call whoever's running WCW this week and ask them for a job, because after this week, I'm going to make sure I send you out of here. And one thing's for sure, you just may be the king of rock and roll, because you sure as hell are not the king of wrestling.
There's a word from Eddie Gilbert. It's brother against brother, loser leave town. Another match coming up is going to involve Brian Christopher, Big Black Dog, and the Moondogs and Richard Lee. Here's what Richard Lee had to say.
Mike Samples, I'm sitting here today with this stupid rag on my head, brother. And I swore about a year ago that I would never wear one of these again. But you know the difference between today and a year ago, Mike Samples? Well, a year ago, Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett, in one of the hottest contested grudges of the year, are the ones that beat my dogs and made me cut my hair. But I swore then, boys, that it would never happen again. And Mike, do you know what happened? My dogs had your goon squad beat. Ron and Don Harris were beat, brother. and we were right in the process of pinning their shoulders to the mat. And what'd you do, Mike? You run Brian Christopher down from the back. He hit my dog in the back of the head with a steel chair, brother. Well, let me tell both of you punks something. Mike Samples, when we get through with you, brother, you're going to be in a wheelchair with a neck brace. And Brian Christopher, let me tell you something. I've heard you're bringing a big black dog in. Well, brother, I got rid of the big black dog for one reason. Because the only time he ever wanted to fight was fighting his way up to the front of the line to get to the dinner table. Well, you better feed him a whole bunch, boy, because he ain't never going to eat again when we get through with him. And then, Brian Christopher, I'll guarantee you one thing, brother. My dogs are going to get their hands around your scrawny little neck, and they're going to squeeze the life out of you. I told you once, Richard Lee's a man of his word. I sat in the chair and cut my hair, and now I promise you boys one thing. You're going to be history. Richard Lee said so, and my dogs are going to make it true.
Richard Lee, I tell you, if anybody can back up what he has to say, it's those moon dogs. Here's Brian Christopher right here. He's very happy with himself. He does not have the Southern title around his waist as he appears here today. He is at least one belt lighter, but he's still smiling and seems to be rather happy.
You know, Dave, I'm not going to come out here, and I'm not going to scream, and I'm not even going to yell, Dave. I'm just going to ask you one simple question. And you know, I'm not one to brag on myself, but I want to ask you something, Dave. And it don't take a rocket scientist to know the answer. Who is the smartest man you've ever met in your entire life?
Well, I've met a lot of very intelligent men.
Who is the smartest, Dave? Answer that question. Come on. Come on, Dave.
If you're waiting for me to say Brian Christopher...
He said it. He said it. He said it, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Christopher is the smartest man he knows. And I am the smartest man in the world, you understand me? I would have to say that I am a true blue genius because I have so much up here. I have so many brains. And this week, when old Eddie Marlin came to me and he said, Brian Christopher, the Moondogs have challenged you. The Moondogs have challenged you. It didn't take me long to start thinking, Dave Brown. And what I did was I said, the Moondogs. Now, one of the Moondogs I know I can sure take care of. But the other Moondog, he's a big, huge, 400-pound, stinking piece of fat blubber. And I don't know if I even want to actually have to touch a big 400-pound piece of lard. And what this big 400-pound piece of lard likes to do is take somebody, set him in the corner, take off running, and squash him with all that fat. Then what he likes to do, get the camera on me, then what he likes to do is slam him down there, take off running, and come down and squash him with all that blubber. And I got to thinking, how can I counter this big fat piece of trash? Well, Dave, it didn't take me long. I said, I need me a 400-pound man, and I need him to hate the Moondogs just as much as I do. And right now, I want to bring out here right now to show all these people how smart I am. I'm going to bring you my counter movement. Come on out here. Right now, ladies and gentlemen.
He's carrying a board with him, too.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Yes. Dave Brown, how smart am I? Right here is a man that the Moondogs stabbed in the back. Right here is a 400-pound beast. He's big, he's black, and he is mean. You understand me? So Moondogs, you don't scare me, because right here is the man who is going to make you eat out of our hands when it's all said and done. You hear that, Dave? I think the dog is hungry, so bring us some meat, baby.
You got some opponents in the ring right now. As a matter of fact, Ken Raper and T.D. Steele are up there. And Big Black Dog, partner with Brian Christopher here today. And in the match coming up against the Moondog.
Yeah, there's Big Black Dog. He gets up on the apron in there, and he is a big fellow, let me tell you.
Are you sure you want some of this, man?
Big Black Dog and Brian Christopher up against Ken Raper and T.D. Steele, and the Black Dog goes over. Nels Raper and T.D. Steele. While Brian Christopher is having a fun time, Black Dog takes on Raper and Steele.
Yeah, Christopher sent him in there 2 against 1 and said, take care of both of them. So far, Brian's just been dancing around. Well, there he gets into the action with a boot to T.D. Steele.
Yeah, Christopher's got Steele, and Black Dog just threw Ken Raper out on the floor. Raper is out on the concrete floor. Christopher's got T.D. Steele, and he's telling Black Dog to come off with that splash. Oh, boy, he catches T.D. Steele with it and puts him out, too. Christopher picks up Steele, slams T.D. down, and tags Big Black Dog. Black Dog comes off the rope. Drops all of that weight on T.D. Steele. 2-3, he got him. Boy, it didn't take long for Big Black Dog and Brian Christopher to get the 1-2-3 victory here.
Look at Christopher now going after Ken Raper. The match is over. The bell is sounded.
Yeah, Christopher is holding Raper.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, finally we got him out of here. That trouble with Brian Christopher and Big Black Dog, but the team they were wrestling here today, not the same team they're going to be facing at the Mid-South Coliseum. More about it as we go along here. Let's check that entire card. 7:30 is when it begins. Big night coming up at the Mid-South Coliseum. I think if you have already seen the card, you'll agree. If you missed it earlier, take a look at this right here. PG-13, the team of Jamie Dundee and Wolfie D. They made some noise in the USWA. These guys are putting together a win streak. They're going to be going against Hurricane Hatchet and Miss Texas. That should be interesting right there.
That's the opening bout of the night.
That's just the beginning. That's right. Middleweight title match coming up. Danny Davis, if you saw that videotape a little bit earlier, I think you'll agree Danny Davis perhaps should have been the middleweight champion, but for some timely interference there by Wolfie D. But regardless of how you feel about it, Jamie Dundee is the middleweight title holder, but he's going to have to defend it this week against Danny Davis. Then, loser leave town match coming up. Oh, everybody was saying to Doug, no, hey, goodbye. That's what they're saying. Eddie Gilbert, okay, well, now, wait a minute. This is not from that match. That's from a different one. Eddie Gilbert and Doug Gilbert, the brother team, the brothers going against each other in this match, and it's been signed, loser leave town. Right here, there's Eddie coming in, and Doug wasted no time in getting out of the wrestling area when Eddie appeared. What will happen Monday night at the Coliseum, and what will happen in the grudge match? The Moondogs with Richard Lee, that's who the opponents will be for Brian Christopher and the Big Black Dog. Come Monday night, should be probably a much different story than the match in which Christopher and Big Black Dog figured here today. Southern title will be on the line then. Jeff Jarrett will be going against Scotty Flamingo. But that's not all. The Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Can't wait for this one.
Comes to town to challenge the King, Jerry Lawler. There he is. He'll be at the Coliseum Monday night. We'll be right back here next week. We hope you'll join us then for more USWA Championship Wrestling. Until then, for Corey Macklin, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of USWA Championship Wrestling.